All right, thought I'd take you on just a quick tour of this finished basement bathroom that we just completed. That includes a steam shower here, and then also a sauna over here. So maybe for those of you who are interested in just kind of the way things look, I can give you a quick tour, and then I will get into some of the details for those of you who are interested. See if I can turn on a light for you here. So, big difference between a steam shower and a sauna would be the moisture. So this is going to be a high moisture area, and then a sauna is going to be dry heat. This is the toilet room over here. So all of this floor that you see here, when we got started, we're standing on a concrete slab, obviously, so the concrete needed to come out so we could route our underground plumbing. The main sewer line for the home actually runs right about there. And so on the other side of this wall is unfinished utility area, and so there's a backwater prevention valve that we have access to there, but all of the new drain lines for the shower, the vanity, and the toilet were all tied into the main sewer line here. And so once that was done, we were able to re-pour the concrete, and then we re-poured a self-leveling underlayment over the whole thing to get us ready for the tile installation. So on the steam shower, moisture is a major consideration. I'm not sure how well you can see in the video here, but so this is our linear drain. This is where the water drains out. This is actually removable, this strip here, so you can clean in there if you need to. But the shower pan is pitched from back to front by about 1/4 inch per foot, and we're at about 4 feet, so we have about 1 inch of drop from here to here. We used a product called 209 Floor Mud to build this shower pan. It's made by Laticrete. In fact, all of the waterproofing products for the entire bathroom were made by a company called Laticrete. Once the shower pan was in, I have a sample here. The entire thing was coated with this Hydroban sheet membrane. So this went on the walls, in the niche, the bench, the floor, everything. And this is made specifically for steam showers. So if I were to try to tear this with my 2 hands, you can't tear it in half. It's a really robust, waterproof sheet membrane. And then actually I have a sample of we then coat it with this product here. It's just a roll-on product. It's green in color. And we gave it 2 coats of this additional membrane. And then, believe it or not, we actually put in a temporary barrier from here all the way over to the wall, and filled this entire shower up with water to about 6 or 7 inches, and just let it sit there This is obviously before the tile and everything was in, for a couple of days to make sure that this didn't leak. Once you turn that steam on, and the shower's complete, once you turn that steam on, there's quite a bit of steam. So you would really want to make sure that all of this tile is installed with that as a major consideration, and also all of the other moisture considerations. The bench itself is obviously pitched a little bit forward, so any water that comes here is going to come off. And in fact, you're not going to be able to tell on the camera here, but the ceiling is pitched backwards, so it sits like this. So any moisture that condenses on these tiles is going to roll to the back, down the wall, and eventually down the shower pan and into the drain here. The fixtures are Delta. This is the Delta Ara collection, A-R-A. So we have body sprays, we have a dual thermostatic control, we have this hand shower, that's what this is called. Comes off obviously, and is adjustable up and down. The thermostatic control on top has 6 settings, so you can have a variety of different configurations. Body sprays on, hand shower on, a bunch of them on at the same time. This Delta Ara collection is also the faucet for the Vanity, which I can show you. This is where the steam comes out. This is a Thermosol Pro 240 steam generator, which is located on the other side of this wall. It's a 46 amp appliance, I believe. So it's on a 50 amp circuit of its own. And again, the other side of this room is an unfinished utility area where we can access all of that stuff. The steam generator is controlled here. So if you turn it on, the hardware is made by a company called C.L. Lawrence. So it might not seem like a big deal, but this door weighs probably 140 pounds. This is 3/8 inch tempered glass. So you really want to make sure you're using robust hardware. This is offset hardware, so you can see that you can't see any screws from the front. They're all located in the back. And same thing with the channel. Actually, I have a sample of that here. So we have this, actually I have another sample as well. We have this U-channel, which sits along the bottom. And then the same channel sits at the top. And we don't have any channel on the side. This transition is 3/8 tempered glass to mold and mildew resistant silicone. Our tile, our grout, our what we'll call Schluter bar, Sherwin-Williams Powerhouse caulk that is applied with tape and then painted, and then into our moisture resistant purple board. This transition here might not seem like a big deal, but it's really important that it's done in a super waterproof and robust hard way, otherwise it's not going to hold up. This is this product here, right? So that ends up tucking behind the tile and gets mortared in place. That way it's nice and strong there. That is a steam shower installation. So then moving on to the sauna. So again, 3/8 tempered glass. The hardware is a C.L. Lawrence product. That door closer, that bottom door closer, is rated for something like over 300 pounds. This door is far, far, far less than that. And I actually have the model number. It's CRL 380. It's a hydraulic patch hinge. And then CRL PH21 ABS is this guy up here. So on the sauna, if moisture was a consideration in the steam shower, insulation is a consideration in the sauna. So when we built these walls, step one was that we used either LSL or LVL lumber to frame out the original frame. So we use this because they're perfectly straight every single time. You're not going to end up with any bowing or cupping in any of these walls. And the walls are made with a clear select cedar. And so the last thing you want is to have some wave in your wall resulting from using just normal studs. So LSL, laminated strand lumber, LVL, laminated veneer lumber. There are different structural considerations with each of these, none of which are really applicable in this case. They're more or less the same thing. But this is what we use to get everything framed out. Once that's done, we insulate. So these couple of walls are actually deeper than typical. I bet we have an R25 to R30 R factor in those two walls, and the same thing on the ceiling. The dimensions of this room are about 9 by 8 by 7'4" from the bottom of the ceiling to the top of this tile. You really don't want it to be any taller than that. Obviously the heat's going to collect up there, so you want to try to keep that down. After everything was insulated, we apply a product similar to that sheet membrane actually, which is this foil paper. Again, this is a really solid, so if I try to tear this with my hand, you absolutely can't do it. That's probably about 8 mil thick or so. It's a thick, heavy-duty foil product, which will help keep this heat in the room. And then all of the seams are taped with a Tyvek tape. All of the, since heat is such a consideration in a room like this, all of the electrical is rated for high heat. So this is low voltage electrical, but it's all rated to be in a sauna. The same thing with the under bench lighting. So that's all rated to be in high heat. Glass as well. So you'd be hard pressed to get this sauna up any higher than maybe 175 or 200 degrees, but this glass is rated to about 500, so we're good there. As I mentioned, the product on the walls is a 3/4 inch clear select cedar. So it started out like this. This is just a 1x6 clear select cedar. And then we milled it just to add a tongue and groove. You can buy cedar that already has a tongue and groove on it. Normally it's going to be a thinner product. We wanted a more robust, hard product for these walls. That thinner stuff, you can almost, flex the walls if you really wanted to. And also a lot of times it comes with a V groove in the center, which wasn't the look that we were going for here. And then this is just an example of the clear select cedar that we used to frame out the benches. As you can see, the design includes these lateral lines that connect with the benches, and so everything kind of transfers from wall to bench to wall. Obviously it gives off a really good smell of cedar in here. You can't smell it right now, but it's a real strong, nice cedar smell. So this heater is rated for the cubic footage of this room. So this is a Harvia Vitra HL90. The control panel for this heater is behind this wall. So It's over the top of the toilet in that room. And also the transformers for the low voltage lighting are accessible there as well. So when you're designing these and building these spaces, you have to consider how you're going to access all of that electrical back there if it needs to be serviced. And I guess lastly would be the vanity. So there is a backlit mirror here. If I turn off the overhead lights. This is made by a company called IBM. This particular vanity was custom built here for this opening. And as you can see, it's kind of a floating vanity. So when we were framing these walls, we built in structural members for us to tie in there. And I think that's about it.